What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is August the 29th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, you do have a couple that people need to be aware of today. So that's GDP coming out in 22 minutes, as well as initial jobless claims, both of which have the ability to really move the broader market. Tomorrow, you do have PCE as well. So that again will have the ability to really move the market and instantly be correlated with interest rates being cut. So definitely it's going to be a crazy roller coaster. Even yesterday you did have NVIDIA's kind of earnings, even though they were kind of on the key metrics, a very big beat. Just the margins did narrow, and I feel like a lot of people just started to look at it as a kind of just too high. So I think in general you kind of have NVIDIA going down slightly, but the broader market sees it for a very strong positive, and you can kind of see that based on a lot of the futures all are green. So NASDAQ is up 0.31%, S&P 0.3%, Dow is up 0.62%. So I think even though NVIDIA is going down, like I said, I think the market got the green thumb for it to move higher. The fear and greed index right now is at 52, so no doubtably, assuming GDP and also initial jobless claims come out better than anticipated, it could really touch that greed section, meaning people's appetite for risk is going to be increasing. So generally that's what the market likes, right? Moving on to actual companies, SOFI. So as you can kind of see, no actual news today, no SEC filings, so merely piggybacking off of the broader market. What is really driving SOFI higher though is AFRM's earnings. So definitely shows that you can make money in this market, and people are still out there obtaining loans even at higher price points or interest rates. So yeah, kind of interesting. Given the circumstances, I do feel shorts are going to be returning a little bit of shares today. So right now, 17.89% of the free float is being shorted. So like I've said, I think it is all going to come down to the data and what they do. But most likely, given, like I said, the optimism now, assuming GDP and even tomorrow PCE doesn't come out and isn't a big flop, then yeah, shorts definitely could return to probably around that low 17 range. So stay tuned for that. Right now with it at 757, it is exactly on this pivot point, or this R1 right here. So 757. So just watch for it to stay above or below that. Next strong supports are going to be 739, and then resistance is going to be 768. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen, whether SOFI goes through a very positive, I guess, recovery, or if it does just break down due to manipulation. So something to keep in mind. NVIDIA, so they are down as of right now around 3.5%. Like I said, a lot of their key metrics are good. Margins did narrow slightly, but they are still a cash cow, and they even announced a further buyback. So it's kind of crazy. This is a beast of a company. You have a lot of different spectrums, viewpoints on this. Some people saying it's a bubble, some people saying that it's the next big thing. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? One thing that I wanted to point out that I find very interesting, NVIDIA is not a squeeze play by any means, as I've stated in the past, but pre-market shorts are increasing 4.35 million. So that's already happening as soon as the market opened, like first thing. So yeah, definitely though, in comparison, only 1.27% of the free float is being shorted. So still not a squeeze play, but it's interesting to see that shorts are increasing 4.35 million. As of right now, with it at 121, it is trading between these 2 points. So the S3 and S2. So 122 and change is going to be the next strong resistance / target. 120 is going to be the next strong support. In my opinion, even though NVIDIA did hit, I think it was 115, I believe, or 116 after hours yesterday. So it has the ability to really go down. I do feel that there will be some level of recovery, possibly touching this S2, but then again, I could be wrong, and this could just flop as soon as the market does open, because you also have to factor in shorts are increasing 4.35 million right now. As soon as the market does open, they'll probably bring all their ammunition that they have. So we'll just have to wait and see. So just kind of take note of some of the strong support and resistance points. I'm looking at the 4 hour, just so you know, on the 1 day, these are some of the strong support points at this stage. So 118, 105, 97, and 84. Clearly 84 is not going to be touched today, but still. AFRM did have kick-ass earnings. Like I said, their earnings did signal that despite higher interest rates, people are still out there obtaining loans and for the most part paying them. So it's kind of a very unique circumstance, and I think this is a little bit more positive than NVIDIA's earnings because this shows consumers are very strong. So I think definitely that's something to keep in mind. It is somewhat heavily shorted, so 10.1% of the free float is being shorted if you want to consider that a lot, but 23.12 million shares overall are being shorted. Shorts have been actually returning quite a lot over this last little bit, so the high was roughly around 19-20%. So yeah, definitely shorts have realized that this company is actually moving in the right direction. As you can kind of see, pre-market is definitely doing fairly well. So with it at 38 and change, it is trading between or even above this R3, looking at that 1 day chart. So moving to the 1 week, just take note of some of the strong support and resistance points. So just watch for this 36.81 for it to be the support. On the flip side, it's very, very high right now based on the technicals. So you kind of just have to take all that with a grain of salt. PDD. So this one is up 2.12% despite there being no news, no SEC filings. I think it's just been hit way too hard, and so this is now value investors getting in. So that's just my interpretation, of course, based on that. Short interest 4.65%, so nothing really crazy. Shorts have really doubled down over this last little bit. As you can kind of see, it went from around 3.95 to where it is now. Still not a squeeze play, so just be aware of that. But with it at 91 and change, it is trading between kind of right below this S3. So just watch for 91.26 to be that next strong kind of pivot point for PDD. In my opinion, I actually might buy this because it is very, very low. And assuming, like I said, I think GDP might cause some volatility. The biggest one is going to be PCE coming out tomorrow. This definitely is, I know it was kind of justified that it went down, but this is more of a very good value play for a swing trade. So something to add to your watch list. And last but not least, CRM. So Salesforce, it is up 4.18%. Kick-ass earnings, so it's very refreshing from their last earnings in June, which was kind of horrific, but needless to say, definitely they are moving in the right direction. As of right now, with it at 269, it is trading between these 2 points, so this R1 and R2. So 264 is going to be the next strong support, and then 269 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. Usually what's been happening right now with it, pre-market's been actually above this R2, so it does want to break kind of to that 274 range. But at the same time, for the lows after hours yesterday, it was flirting with this R1. So ultimately, anything can happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Which stocks are you watching today? Or do you own any of the stocks that I did mention? What's your thoughts? One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all you watching.